but unfortunately, 1 in 3 of you will be in the club that I'm in. Unfortunately, I'm a cancer patient, and that's the reason why I've come along to speak to you today. So please, apologies, as I said, I'll only try and do this the best way I can and explain to you why I feel so passionate about this. I'm a member of the Cancer Not-for-Profit, which is a non-political group of people drawn from the regional health care professionals, patients, trade unions, NHS companions and concerned community members. You're all welcome to join us. Join because you deserve a say in your NHS, because they are not listening.
Very unhappy about it, because I think cancer services should be a part of the NHS, and I'm very worried that something as fundamental to people's health is being privatised.
Come back to the central point I was trying to make in my speech. This is contributions. It is our social wealth that we've created in the NHS. We put money in to make sure that we have a collective service that is provided for everybody, that it's not something that you can draw down as a result of your financial strength. If it's not accountable, if it's not something that has an access point from those that we elect through our democratic structures, then that is worth nothing. It's effectively pouring money down the drain, because you cannot hold the organisation and the people to account that you are effectively funding. So it's fundamental that at a local level there is the opportunity for democratic engagement in a service that we pay for and is provided for us. It just is a no-brainer as far as Unite's concerned that there isn't an opportunity for engagement and certainly for local government to have an input, and others as patient bodies and those who are concerned about the health service to have proper voice in the NHS.
As a shareholder in the NHS for 36 years, when they privatise it, how much am I going to get on my dividends? Because much like a building society becoming a bank, all the shareholders in the building society get their share, don't they? So, being as I have paid to build the hospitals, supply the hospitals with equipment and nurses, surely to God, when it's privatised, I'm entitled to get something back. Or is that just me being completely ridiculous?
Because once the contract is signed, it is signed. This is the first time that a contract of this type has been signed for 10 years. Why is it 10 years? Only so we can't roll it back. Because of other changes that the government is making to the UK law, once these services are taken out of the NHS, we will not be able to bring them back into the NHS. There is no break clause in this contract. For 2 years, Macmillan will pay for the private company, Virgin Care, or Ramsay Health, or whoever it is, to deliver these services at the same time as they stay within the NHS. And then the company will take them over entirely and in whole. From that point onwards, it doesn't matter how bad the service we get is, and we all know how privatisation contracts have failed in the NHS across the UK. We all know about the Bupa contract last week and the A&Es that are being run by private companies that are falling apart. No matter what happens, we will not be able to turn around and say, sorry, we want those services back. And who designs a contract like that?
I am a cancer patient myself. I've got Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I've come today to have a look and find out what's going on, not for just me, but for my friends, for the younger children that can't come because they're so poorly, and my older friends as well that are at the moment going through this. And I want to know what's going to be done, because I don't want to be left in a position where I'm not going to be able to afford to pay for my own cancer treatment.
Well, I'm obviously a local person here. I am an existing cancer patient, and this proposal is going to mean something in my future alters, and I've not got a clue what that might be, and nobody seems willing to tell me. I currently obviously undergo regular treatments at the chemotherapy unit up in the local hospital, and obviously I have regular meetings with my own consultant. Now that's been going on for something like 6-7 years now, and obviously I've built up a good relationship. Well, as a result of this procedure, if it actually goes through and someone wins this contract, what does that mean for me? Nobody tells me. Nobody's given me any facts or information. Nobody even asked me. I think the consultation process was a complete joke. I certainly didn't know anything about it until it reared its ugly head up altogether.
My name's Rowan Draper and I'm a Labour Party councillor for Littleworth Ward in Stafford Borough Council. I'm here today to listen to the speakers and to show my face at an important campaign here in Staffordshire about the 1.2 billion privatisation contract that a collection of local CCGs are pushing forward 2 weeks within the general election, and we're trying to say that this should be cancer not-for-profit.
Well, I'm here because I'm against privatisation of the NHS.
I've been involved in the Support Stafford Hospital campaign, and I've gone to all the TSA meetings and things like that, so I'm very passionate about the health service and all the privatisations and the attacks that's going on it. I found the debates that they've been talking about there now about the privatisation of the healthcare and end of life really interesting, with some good points made. And what's so worrying is the CCG seems to be just ploughing on ahead without doing any public consultation at all, because they're frightened of the answers, when there has not been any support apart from their own voices in support of it. The parliamentarians have all said that they are against it, council have, the public have, cancer patients have all said they don't agree with this, and yet the CCG are in their little ivory tower at the top going ahead anyway. People have been trying to get information about what's included in the deal, and they can't get information. It's going to try and bind healthcare for cancer patients into a 10-year deal, which might be legal, but how is that ethical? That there's no cop-out clause if you find that 2 years into this 10-year contract they're not providing the services, because the only way they're going to be able to make profit for their shareholders is to cut the quality of care.
Stop spending my money on things that I don't want, and spend it on things that I do want, not only for myself but for everyone else in this country to benefit from. Rant over.